we are. And we're going to take you through a bit of a dance of souls in the trust frequency. And so I hope you're ready. You've been being prepared for this for the past few days with this ascension knowledge that we're heading someplace very special, and that the earth is moving into a higher frequency and is supporting this ascension process, and we have work to do to keep up with her. She's calling us forth. And Deborah mentioned the shadow work, that we do need to go inside and clear those parts of ourselves that we don't love yet. That job we came on the planet to do. So we're going to take you through a little bit of an understanding of the nature of the universe that will help go beyond duality, beyond right and wrong, beyond good and evil, which is a very big leap. But it's the leap into the trust frequency, is what we call it, because we learn that we can trust a conscious, loving, abundant universe, and that in the higher frequencies, it is an expanded reality. We've been learning this in the last few days, and Isaac spoke of unity consciousness coming through the heart and through unconditional love. But how do we love unconditionally when we don't love ourselves unconditionally? And we're going to bring you a construct on the nature of the universe that will help you understand that we came to move from victim to beloved, that we are indeed beloved, and that we promised to bring a gift to the earth, to humanity, and to the cosmos, that all of creation is awaiting that gift we promised to bring to the party, which is us, all of us. So I'm going to give a little construct, and then Andrew's going to do a meditation to help you go there. But first, I want to give you a construct on the nature of the universe that we've come to understand through indigenous cosmology and quantum science. It's a synthesis of the two. Visionary elders came into my life when I was seeking the missing pieces of the paradigm, and through them I saw this reality. So we're just going to give it to you briefly, and that is, our definition of humanity is that we are a collection of divine, autonomous, sovereign beings who chose to incarnate on earth on our journey to wholeness, self-love, self-acceptance, alignment with our divinity, and our purpose. So we're going to ask you to take these statements we're bringing you as absolutely true. Okay? It's a huge difference to say, oh yeah, God is love, God is everything. Okay? But what about war? What about abuse? What about all those things that we call not love? Well, this construct that we're going to give you resolves that paradox. It's the huge paradox that's keeping us from moving into that higher ascension that Deborah was just talking about. Because as long as we're in judgment, as long as we're in good and evil, right and wrong, we're in a lower frequency. So it's a big job, a big leap, but we're getting there. So that's our definition of humanity. And then I'll just go over the first 4 assumptions of our 10 assumptions for a new paradigm. And the first one is, it's a conscious, loving universe. There is only love. The love of the universe is unconditional. It gives us everything we ask for. What are our requests? Our consciousness. Here are 7 A's of our consciousness, 7 aspects of our consciousness that all begin with A. In one sentence, that determine our vibration, therefore our frequency, therefore our reality. Okay, so here it is. With expanded awareness and accurate assumptions, we choose our attitude, consciously direct our attention, align with our highest inner promptings, take committed action, and allow the loving universe to manifest beyond our wildest dreams. Because we can't fathom what's in that frequency, because we're here in this lower vibration where all our systems and our beliefs were developed in response to a lower frequency. So no shame, no blame, no they, no conditioning, no whatever. We've been responding to a lower frequency. And now this higher frequency, this Aquarian age, is calling us forth into a higher frequency. And we have to do the work to keep up with the earth. And all of creation is awaiting the love in the human heart. So we're doing this for all of creation. We're transmuting these energies of fear, separation, and scarcity. So Andrew's now going to do a brief meditation to take you into that absolute place of there is only love. And that's love with a capital L. It's different from the love of compassion, empathy, etc. that we are showing and bringing forth through our humanity. It is the unifying force of the universe. It is, in fact, all there is. So, have at it, dear Andrew.
Thank you, Connie. So this is a rare and wonderful privilege and honor to be here with you, the beautiful people. Wow, wow, wow. Now, looking beyond you, you don't get to see it, but we do. We see the red rocks of Sedona, these amazing rock formations that have these mystical powers. So just be aware that you are completely surrounded by, essentially, I think we can simply call it spirit. If you possibly can, take off your shoes and socks and be grounded, because it's really important to maintain our connection. If you're on the grass, that's even better. If you're not, the concrete works. Sit as comfortably as you can with your spine as erect as possible, but not stiff, just relaxed. Just, as Bart was saying last night, it's as though you have this string that is all the way up to the center of the universe that we are suspended from. We're sort of like these dangling puppets just waving in the breeze. Let me give us a little background here. This is going to be, I think you could call this a shamanic journey. Is anybody okay with it? I mean, is everybody okay with that? It means that we're going to go somewhere. We're going to go very quickly and we'll come right back again. So don't worry about it. Your shoes will still be here. And I'm the science guy of this team, of the Connie and Andrew team. We're the authors of the trust frequency. As Connie just said, it's a synthesis, if you will, of quantum science and indigenous wisdom and just plain common sense and ancient Vedic wisdom and all of the wisdom of, it's a distillation of the wisdom of humanity, if you will. I like to think of it that way. So just take a deep, gentle breath. We're going to slow way down. We're going to go into that place where there is no time. We're going to go into that place where there is no space. We're going to go into that timeless place that you can think of as eternity. The state the universe was in before the universe existed. Back when it was dark and lonely before Creator started creating, and we, the creation, began to show up. What was it like then? Dark, cold, not a lot of fun, no company, no reflection of the beauty in the potential of that universe prior to creation. And then, pushing 14 billion years later in Earth time, here we are. There's billions of us humans on this planet, and we have separated ourselves from that original unity when we say there's only one, we are all one. What do we mean by that? Think of this from a scientific standpoint, from a quantum physics standpoint. We are connected, we are united, and we're profoundly separated by something that might just be an illusion. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what creators do. If I'm a painter, I'm going to put my vision on this canvas, and I'm going to put this canvas on a wall in a gallery, and I'm going to walk away from it. I've separated myself from my creation. So on the big picture, I'd like to take us on a journey that I personally have only been on once myself before, and it was very recently. It was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I had this marvelous condition called COVID, and I had a sore throat, the likes of which I just shudder to remember. I couldn't swallow anything. If I had to take a pill, it made me jump 2 feet off the floor with the pain. And we have a friend who came on the telephone and took me on a journey. And she's a science person, and she works with a phenomenal quantum physicist. I don't know if any of you have heard of William Brown. Anyone aware of William? He's quite extraordinary. Remember that very simple name, William Brown. He works with Nassim Haramein, and he is the one who is getting to a description of the nature of the universe from a science, from a very rigid, rigorous scientific perspective. So that's where I want to take us very quickly. And this friend, Maureen, took me there, and in a nutshell, it is the essence of healing. Here's the thing. In our Trust Frequency book, I actually say we each get our own universe. We're not necessarily all here together in one universe. What if we're a gathering of universes? What if each one of us, through our consciousness, is the universe? But that universe, which is Andrew's universe, and Connie's universe, and Sakina's universe, and right? Turns out that that's a very limited vision. I thought that was a pretty big vision. Oh, we each get our own universe, that's pretty big. Right, no, wrong. Because why? Because each of us is composed of, and here's where the journey begins. Each of us, we're going to go into our own bodies. Each of us, I think we know that, is composed of cells. And there are supposedly between 50 and 70 trillion cells in each of our bodies. That's quite a lot of cells in this gathering here. Think of us as all these cells come together as a part of conscious cells. Each of those cells consists of billions, I don't know the numbers, of what? Atoms, molecules. And each of those atoms and molecules consist of billions or trillions of, you can't say each atom. There are billions and trillions of subatomic particles, and each one of those subatomic particles connects deeper and deeper and deeper until we get down to a word I used yesterday, the Planckian level. The universe is pixelated. The universe is actually pixelated. It is pixelated information. If you go to the tiniest pixel, that's called a Planck unit. Max Planck, P-L-A-N-C-K, was a European physicist, the Planck unit. And at that Planck scale, we're literally at the pixels of the universe, and there are trillions upon trillions upon trillions of those pixels. That's just this guy sitting here today. What? That's wild. Now, as you get into those, you learn that they are entangled. This is a quantum physics term. It means it's the same thing as saying we are all connected. So we've if we've succeeded in this very left brain sort of science oriented, but I wanted to be that way. I wanted this to stand up to analytical examination. If we are trillions upon trillions upon trillions of Planck scale pixels in this universe, conscious units of information, I'm going to tell you something about those pixels. That's not the smallest thing there is, because each of them is in fact a black hole. I have always tended to think of black holes as huge, as enormous, as massive, and they are. But they're at the largest scale and they're at the smallest scale. Every one of those Planck scale pixels is connected to every other one by a wormhole. Whoa, how's that for woo-woo science fiction? But it's true, it's science. We are connected at the most profound level to every other pixel in all of the trillions and trillions and trillions of actual universes, because we really do get our own universe. But not only that, every cell in our body gets its own universe, and it goes on and on. So why is this important? It's important to healing. Why? How? What? What's this guy talking about? Literally, scientifically, I am a huge cluster of realities, of alternative realities. Many of them look much like this one, but they're not this one. There's one in which, let's just take an example. Somebody has just been diagnosed with a scary disease. We've got, and we put names to it, cancer, emphysema in my case. I'm a non-smoker, but I was diagnosed with emphysema. I was in the construction business. I breathed a lot of toxic stuff. Probably wasn't a good idea. However, there are trillions upon trillions upon trillions of realities in which I do not have any diseases, none of those things that frighten us and end up making us sick and even killing us. So what an extraordinary thing, that we can penetrate down into the deepest parts of the universe and find total alternatives that actually are completely free of everything we see or regard as a problem in this current life, this existence that we are habituated to. Think about that. So I'm going to give this little talk a title. I'm going to call it The Power of Agreement. We humans have agreed to be on this planet together. As Connie said, humanity is a collection of divine, autonomous, sovereign beings who've chosen to gather together here in Sedona and have a blast together. Is that how it goes? Something like that. Point being, that's an agreement. Our bodies agreed to come, the parts of our bodies agreed to stay together. This patio we're sitting on agreed to be concrete, strong enough to support us so we wouldn't collapse into So there's agreement at every level of existence, all the way down to the sub-Planckian level. It's conscious, it's turtles. Here's a turtle. It's turtles all the way down. Ever heard that expression? That's what that means. It's fractal. It is the same no matter how far out you go, how far in you go. The further out you go, the further in you are. The further in you go, the further out you are. There are alternatives in which we are free, completely healthy, completely perfect to the original vision, the DNA, the blueprint of our bodies and our beings and our souls. Wow, how about that? And it's an agreement, but the agreement can only be made. I cannot heal you. A healer cannot heal another person. The only person with the right, the authority to heal themselves is themselves, which is actually no different because we are actually all part of the one. There's only one self with a capital S. We call it God, we call it the universe, we call it Allah. I love that word, the Arabic word, A-L-L. In English that means all. And when I see the enormity of all, I go, ah, so I get Allah, Yep, that's what it means. So, the point here is that we can heal. And we heal by knowing that we can go into a new agreement because every one of us is in relationship. And this little play shop here, so I'm being a little playful, this play shop is about relationships. It's called the Dance of Souls. What is a soul? It's a conscious pixel in the universe that is big enough to become me and you and you and you and you and you and you and you. How cool is that? And we can dance together, and we have relationships with each other, and we find each other, and each of us is a mirror to everyone else. How sweet is that? How extraordinary is that? Ever been in love? Anyone ever looked into that mirror? You're seeing yourself. Maybe I'm a boy and it's a girl, and I've always wanted a girl. You know, somebody said they're really pretty cool. You know, and yeah. So this is fun. It's deep. It's profound, and it's about the essence of healing. And why, as souls, do we come together? Why do we get into relationships? Perhaps it is so that we can heal ourselves and heal each other and get beyond the consequences of the illusion of separation. Because the consequences of the illusion of separation have resulted in a rather, from my perspective, scary world today. What? We're divided into 200 countries, nations, each with its own army and air force and navy and all this stuff. It's like, who made that up? We've constructed a rather absurd, our species, our beautiful evolving species, has gone a long way down a weird road from my perspective. We created it, we can uncreate it, we can recreate it, and I think we have work to do. I think we have conscious evolution to undertake. You know that term? Yeah, our beloved Barbara Marx Hubbard. So, has anybody left the planet? Is anybody still at the subplunkian level? Or shall we invite ourselves back? And I realize this was more of a little nutty comedic science presentation than a shamanic journey, but I enjoyed it. It's the first time I've ever done it, so I never do the same thing twice, by the way. And if you go on our Dance of Souls online course, I've got, I believe, yeah, we have 7. Essentially one for each of the 7 A's, the aspects of consciousness. And there's a whole bunch of those. So if you enjoyed this one, those ones are a little more structured. They're a little maybe less spontaneous, although I have to confess they were totally spontaneous. I sat down in front of a camera, opened my mouth, and out they came. Yeah, it's true. So I love just being in the now, trusting the moment, trusting the wisdom that's not my wisdom, it's the wisdom that comes through if I get out of the way. And the Dance of Souls. And my current dance partner for pretty much precisely 19 years this month, this gorgeous being on my left here. Woo! And I'm going to tell you something about how we met and where we met, and then I'm going to hand the mic to Connie. We met at a place called the Omega Institute in upstate New York. Anybody know the Omega Institute in upstate New York? Yeah, I was involved with Omega since 5 or 6 years before it opened its doors. I was part of Pir Vilayat Sufi group. But years later, I returned there with some Siberian shamans that I've been working with. And there were about 110 participants, and there were 9, I believe, wisdom keepers. It was called what was it called? The Return of the Wisdom Keepers? Something like that. And one of those wisdom keepers is sitting right in the middle of the circle here. There she is right over there. Her name is Sakina Bluestar from Sedona, Arizona. There she is. Hello, Sedona. Hello, Sakina. Not kidding. And I met Connie and Sakina together at the same exact moment in the same workshop. And that's how we met. That's Sakina, that's 19 years ago. And I'm going to make a public announcement here. On our 20th anniversary, we've been engaged for 19 years, this young lady and myself. We're seriously considering tying the knot next year on our 20th anniversary. What do you think of that? So that's that.
Sakina married us spiritually in the Monument Valley several years ago.
So we have not been living in sin. Thank heaven for that. So any questions on that subject before we go into what is actually, it's really good to keep a playful attitude, but it's work. This is a workshop. It's also a play shop. So let's be playful, but also because, you know, we humans have manifested some uncomfortable stuff that we're not necessarily proud of. And can we change that? Can we heal ourselves psychologically? Because, you know, if we heal ourselves psychologically, the physical just follows right along behind it. So any questions? And then we'll proceed into the meat of this adventure. Okay, I think we might be ready. Are we ready?
Sure.
Do we dare?
Yeah.
Here we go. Constance Baxter Marlow.
So that was quite an adventure for us all. A very exciting adventure as science comes through for us so our mind can align with our hearts and with the true nature of the universe and take us into that place that Deborah was speaking about, into that fifth dimension. So thank you very much, Andrew, for taking us on that recently experienced journey you were on with Maureen Edwardson, who does inner resonance technology. You can check her out. It's very important work that she's doing.
Would you tell them what happened to my sore throat? I forgot.
Oh, he forgot to mention that his sore throat went away almost immediately. So what we're here to do today is this dance of souls in the trust frequency. And I gave you a reality, an absolutely true reality, to take that on right now, just to see how it fits for you, for the exercise of seeing that we are beloved, that there is only love, and our soul's journey to wholeness, that we made an overarching act of free will. And one thing I did leave out as far as the assumption is, there is only free will. There's only love. There's only our soul's journey to wholeness. There's only free will. So you take that construct and then ask questions within that construct, and it flips everything, because we see that each soul has a journey. We don't know another soul's journey, what their contract was, what their overarching act of free will was to come to Earth to experience. So then we have to say that whatever it is in fact a choice, a free will choice. And people who've been through extreme abuse, through extreme situations, are coming to understand that. I was just talking to Bart last night, and he's been through tremendous challenges in his life, and he knows that they in fact served him to come to where he is today and to bring his gift to the world. And I figure a lot of you have been through a lot of circumstances and are feeling that way. And once we get out of the victim consciousness and just know that it has to do with the promise we made to come to planet Earth and bring the gift of us, all of us, not just the parts we want the world to see, not just the parts that society said, oh yeah, show up, and if you're smart enough, and if you're good enough, you will succeed. Well, that led us to hiding aspects of ourselves that we don't love yet. So that's our journey. And we came in we chose our families, we chose our circumstances, we put certain circumstances even through a filter to get the wounds we needed to take in, that we would process through our lifetime. We would take these in childhood, and we would feel victimized. We would feel, oh, I'm not okay. I'm less than. I'm stupid. I'm this, I'm that. Those things that work we came on the planet to do, and we put a mask over that, a beautiful mask. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do well in school, even though I know I'm really stupid. but I'm going to do well in school. I'll show up. They'll think I'm smart, and I'll get a job, and everything will be fine. Oh no, sorry about that, because we told the loving universe, take me on my soul's journey to wholeness. So the loving universe shows up and in the form of relationships. Those relationships we can't get away from. Our parents, our siblings, our teachers, our bosses. We can't get away from those relationships so easily. They've come to show us the parts of ourselves we love, our light, and our shadow. So, in fact, we must take things personally. Sorry about that, Don Miguel Ruiz, but there's another level of looking at all this, and that is, we wrote the script. Others are showing up with the script we've written. Our souls are magnetizing behaviors in others and circumstances because we gave an overarching act of free will. We said, universe, do this. I came to love all of myself. And that's key in everything that's being said in these last couple of days, to get to that place Isaac was talking about, of unconditional love for others. We can't get there as long as we feel less than. And that less than encompasses all manner of whatever it is we feel that we're not adequate. We shouldn't be here. What, I've been abandoned. Yeah, I've been abandoned. Why? Because I'm not good enough. I shouldn't be here. Well, that's a violation of our agreement with Spirit to bring the essence of who we are to the party. It's a gift to the party, and it's all of us. So we're going to manifest behaviors in others to show us our light and our shadow. So it's not about them. We try to put it on them. It's about us. What? Oh, you made me feel stupid. Oh, well, thank you very much. I must feel stupid. Thank you very much. We move to gratitude from blame and shame of others. We move to gratitude and we do the work because that's the calling now. That's the Aquarian energy. That we've got to keep up with the earth. If we want to do this thing that Deborah's talking about, and she mentioned it all, but it's hands-on. We've got to do the work, and it is about us. So, what we have the mask that we've put on. So, and it's served us very well. Our ego, our wonderful ego, it did it. It got us here. We're all alive. We're still here. We're smiling. We're on the journey. But it's time. The soul is desperate for us to do this work. The ego's like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. I got you this far. But the soul is desperate for this journey, for us to become conscious and come to love those parts of ourselves. So we have the mask. And then we have our defense mechanisms. Right? Oh, you showed me, you just said something that made me feel stupid. I'm going to make you feel stupid. And I'm going to accuse you of accusing me of being stupid. So I'm going to put you on the defense. I'm going to make you bad and wrong. So there's all manner of defense mechanisms. That's one of them. Another one is, I'm just going to walk away and I'm going to cut you out of my life forever. Forget it. You just made me feel stupid for the last time. You're out. Okay, so we have to identify our defense mechanisms and become conscious. And what leads us to that is our trigger. Okay? So the trigger is the sign that it is about us. People can do and say anything when it's about them, but if it triggers something in us, then it's our signal to go inside and learn to love that part of ourselves and feel how stupid I feel. I felt all my life, and just feel the feelings and bring them into the light and just know that we all came here to be a magnificent piece of the divine with a gift that is us. So I just want to leave that there. Let's see, so our defense mechanism. So then it's about fear of, what's anybody going to say? What are they going to do if I actually be me? That's a scary one, because I've shown up as this person, and now I'm going to be that person, that true me, like Wowza was saying. Bring our true self to the party. So just know that that true self is what all of creation is waiting for. As Andrew said, we are all of creation. So we affect all of creation with everything we do, every thought we have, every emotion we have. We are serving the collective consciousness with our work, and we've got to do this work for all of creation. We promised the energies, we transmute these energies of fear, of separation, of scarcity, and we've done a great job. So now I think Wowza's going to come in and do a little thing, and we're going to close it with our vows of love that we have. So we're going to have you all, I'm going to read these vows of love, and you're going to go and walk around and look in each other's eyes and repeat after me these vows of love. But Wowza's going to take you into a little something. All right, Wowza?
Well, in the saying of our name, you might have noticed, again, it's little things like maybe pulling in the chest a little bit, or sometimes the shoulders have been a great protection. Sometimes we've had to rise above it and present an image of something outstanding. And we know that there's something so much more than the roles we play. And so if I could have your attention for a moment of 5 portals. And these 5 portals are definitely the secrets of my personal ageless vitality and a way to catapult out of the box into a whole new world of expression. Can I have an yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. See, I mean,
Yeah.
if we take one of those glass, what they call the hourglass, right? See, the air opens us up to the passion, right? The passion of earth, a primal energy, the sexual, the sensual, that yeah of us. And then as the hourglass moves, let's say up to the top, how to open up, I mean, the biggest barrier of head-centric expression, right? Oh, stay in there, be good. Watch it, watch it, watch it. Can I have an oh my God, the light, the sky of our mind. Take the lid off. Wow! Can I have an the great oh my God, really? Can you see? We don't end with the skin. Where do we end? Where do we end? Can we find a defining line anywhere? And then out of that, what's in the contrast of these two extremes? We have the great the soul, the solar plexus. Can I have an It's a whole new language. Without a language, we don't go very far. The world's getting smaller. People will not understand English. The vowelings of that name of yours, if I take a leap, but I want to finish, how to bring it all together. First, we have to widen the energy. See, this, the ah, opens up the sky of our mind. The ah opens us up to the earth. The oh covers all the bases. The E, can I have it? To feel it, to be it, to see it. We got a language that brings it then the ooh. The ooh brings it back into that conscious loving universe in every cell of our body. The ooh, when we hug, we hold each other's hands. What do we do? Ooh. Ooh. I want to hug you and hold you. Right? Ooh. And now, see the ah, the oh, the ooh, the wah, the wah. We can't forget, see the blood and guts, can we? So when I go back to Elisa, hi, I'm Elisa, right? That one. I could walk my whole life as that little girl that got razor straps and cross eyes and the eczema over half my body. The town leper, right? And a little quiver in my voice. Just imagine. But instead, the Elisa, give it a tail. Can you play with your name right now? Because we have very little time to come into a conscious, loving universe, as these beautiful people were talking about. How do we breathe? See the oh, the ah, to your name, to the ooh, to the ah. That is no longer Lisa. Here I am, right here. I am separate from you. Can we see? We are living in a separative body language. We have been raised to be separate in its physiology as well as anything else. And this see, oh, we can this is a new body language. I have choice to move away from you, to move forward to you. It's Tai Chi and street clothes. It's all a fluidity of being now, with lots of tails that can move us through hell and high water. Just for a moment, say your names out loud. Just let a chorus come out. Extend the vowels in your name. Extend the vowels. Scat singing, right? Can we just celebrate our bigness of moving into a big self? We're going to be bigger. We're going to be bigger in our breathing. It's going to be an ecstatic aliveness, right? That's where it's working. It's in the big self. It can't work in little Elisa. Is he, did I do it? Did I do it right? No. Oh, it's caught in here. I call one pair of eyes. Oh, so I give you this portals. Ooh, ooh. Oh, and out of that, can we stand? Because they're going to be moving with the great love frequencies for a moment. Oh. Can we just call an echo? Can I have a yeah. Oh, see, can we look? See, oh. I'm not pretending to see you. Oh, hi, I see you. How many times have we done that? Where'd it go? Oh, come on. Let's move. Can we, this is the whole pre-verbal language of our feeling nature. Hi. Come on, let's move. Hi. To each other. Can I see you, really? Can I go ooh and ah and wow? I said wow. There's only you. There's no one ever in the whole world that is you. Can I wow you? Wow. Wow. Can we wow each other as unique originals? Wow. Oh, so much better. And all those miserable feelings. We don't have to use the words anymore. We can just go
on the face.
Thank you. Many blessings.
Okay, everyone, now here we are. We're in love. And so we'll do a little vows of love. And we'll just carry on and we'll just wander around and look in each other's eyes and repeat after me these vows of love. Here we are. Okay. I will faithfully. Hello. We're going to do these vows of love. I will faithfully reflect the light and beauty that is in your heart. Now, come around and look in each other's eyes and say this to each. And just keep rotating. I will also mirror for you. I will also mirror for you. Come say it.
I will also mirror for you
all of your wounds and insecurities.
all of your wounds and insecurities.
And will help you make friends with your shadow. Those parts of yourself that you do not yet know. I will as well. Thank you and honor you. For mirroring for me. The parts of myself that I cannot see. Each time I try to blame and judge you, I will remind myself to look inside and articulate and bring into the light my shadow side that you have shown me. I realize that by entering into a relationship with you, I have agreed to walk with you into deep unconscious levels on the journey to wholeness. If at any time we decide to end this relationship, I recognize that it will be because we have served each other's growth as best we can. I look forward to the day when the fruit of our time together will have ripened through the many seasons of our relationship. Now, for a big hug. Thank you very much. As we proceed together on the journey to wholeness,
Oh, gosh.
may we each show each other our light and our shadow, and do that shadow work and bring all of ourselves to the party. That promise we made to all of creation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.